Hollywood, Florida. Hollywood is a city in Broward County, Florida, between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. The average temperature is between 68 and 83 degrees Fahrenheit. As of July 1, 2015, Hollywood had a population of 149,728. Founded in 1925, the city grew rapidly in the 1950s and 1960s, and is now the 12th largest city in Florida. Hollywood is a principal city of the Miami metropolitan area, which was home to an estimated 6,012,331 people at the 2015 census. Joseph Young arrived in South Florida in 1920 in search to create his own dream city in Florida. His vision included the beautiful beaches of the Atlantic Ocean stretching westward with man-made lakes, infrastructure, roads and the Intercostal Waterway. He wanted to include large parks, schools, churches, and golf courses. These were all industries and activities which were very important to Young's life. After Young spent millions of dollars on the construction of the city, he was elected as the first mayor in 1925. This new town quickly became home to northerners known as snowbirds. These snowbirds flee the north during the winter and then escape the south during the summer to avoid the harsh climates. By 1960, Hollywood contained more than 2,400 hotel units along with the construction of 12,170 single-family homes. Young bought up thousands of acres of land around 1920, and named his new town Hollywood by the Sea to distinguish it from his other real estate venture, Hollywood in the Hills, in New York. Young had a vision of having lakes, golf courses, a luxury beach hotel, country clubs, and a main street, Hollywood Boulevard. After the 1926 Miami hurricane, Hollywood was severely damaged. Local newspapers reported that Hollywood was second only to Miami in losses from the storm. Following Young's death in 1934, the city encountered more terrific hurricanes and the stock market crashed with personal financial misfortunes. Hollywood is located at 26 degrees 117 and 80 degrees 1030 W, 26.02139 degrees north, 80.17500 degrees west, 26.02139, minus 80.17500. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 30.8 square miles, of which 27.34 square miles is land and 3.46 square miles is covered by water. Hollywood is in southeastern Broward County, and includes about 5 to 6 miles of Atlantic Ocean beach, interrupted briefly by a portion deeded to Donia Beach. It is bounded by these municipalities: to the north, to the northwest, to the west, to the southwest, to the south. Hollywood has a tropical rainforest climate, with hot, humid summers and warm, dry winters. As of 2000, there were 59,673 households, out of which 24.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 41.5% were married couples living together, 11.9% had a female householder with no husband present, and 42.2% were non-families. 34.4% of all households were made up of individuals and 13.1% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.31 and the average family size was 3.00. The city's age demographic shows a mixed population with 21.3% under the age of 18, 7.0% from 18 to 24, 31.3% from 25 to 44, 23.1% from 45 to 64, and 17.3% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 39 years. For every 100 females, there were 94.1 males. For every 100 women age 18 and over, there were 90.9 men. The median income for a household in the city was $40,714, and the median income for a family was $55,849. Males had a median income of $33,102 versus $21,237 for females. The per capita income for the city was $22,097. About 9.9% of families and 13.2% of the population were below the poverty line, including 18.1% of those under age 18 and 11.8% of those age 65 or over. As of 2000, speakers of English as a first language accounted for 66.94% of residents, Spanish accounted for 21.62%, French made up 2.06%, French Creole consisted of 1.32%, Italian comprised 1.12%, Romanian was at 0.91%, Hebrew at 0.88%, Portuguese 0.84%, and German as a mother tongue was 0.72% of the population. As of 2000, Hollywood had the 75th highest percentage of Cuban residents in the U.S., at 4.23% of the city's population, and the 65th highest percentage of Colombian residents in the U.S., at 2.26% of the city's population. It also had the 57th highest percentage of Peruvian residents in the U.S., at 1.05% of the city's population, and the 20th highest percentage of Romanian residents in the U.S., at 1.1% of its population. Hollywood is filled with about 60 parks, 7 golf courses, and sandy beaches that run for miles. The famous Hollywood Beach is known for its Great Broad Walk, which extends about 2.5 miles along the Atlantic Ocean. Parking is available on side streets or in parking garages for a fee, and public trolleys run through the day. Countless restaurants and hotels line the Broadwalk, along with a theater, children's playground, and many other attractions, including bicycle rental shops, ice cream parlors, souvenir shops, and a farmer's market. Many of the restaurants offer outdoor seating for patrons to enjoy the sea breeze and scenery. The Broadwalk is vibrant and lively and is a scenic place for walking and jogging. There is also bike lane for bicyclists and rollerbladers. In the evenings, many restaurants and the band Shell off of Johnson Street showcase musicians, and spontaneous dancing may occur on the Broadwalk. Guided tours along the Intercostal Waterway are very popular in Hollywood, Florida. The Intercostal is parallel to the Atlantic Ocean and provides both tourists and locals with the exploration of nature and observation of surroundings. Along the Intercostal, many people enjoy admiring the mansions and yachts along the water. Also, there are many restaurants, shops, and natural parks, allowing people to explore the city by foot as well. Young Circle is another exciting area surrounded by dozens of shops, restaurants, and bars. A food truck takeover occurs every Monday, during which dozens of local food trucks park and create an ever-changing opportunity for hungry masses to experience a variety of cuisines. One can expect to see Cuban, Venezuelan, Mediterranean, Mexican, Jamaican, and/or Peruvian foods, in addition to barbecue, burgers, gourmet grilled cheese, and dessert trucks. Prior to their dissolutions, Commodore Cruise Line and its subsidiary Crown Cruise Line had their headquarters in Hollywood. Aerospace and electronics parts manufacturer Heiko has its headquarters in Hollywood. Since 1991, the Invicta Watch Group, a manufacturer of timepieces and writing instruments, has had its headquarters in Hollywood, where it also operates its customer service call center. According to the city's 2011 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top employers in the city are: Hollywood is made up of 32 public and charter schools with 13 private schools. The public schools are operated by the Broward County Public Schools. The city is protected by the Hollywood Police Department. On May 2, 2016, the Miami Herald reported about a man from Hollywood, James Muhammad, who planned to bomb a synagogue in Aventura, and who was recorded stating, "Aventura, watch your back. ISIS is in the house." These are the neighborhoods and communities that are officially recognized by the city of Hollywood. Hollywood has 8 sister cities, as designated by Sister Cities International. Hollywood is served by Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, the 22nd busiest airport in the United States. Broward County Transit operates several bus routes that pass through the city of Hollywood, such as the one on US 1. It is also served by Tri-Rail stations at Sheridan Street in Hollywood. The television game show Hollywood Squares taped a week of shows at the historic Diplomat Hotel in 1987 and featured aerial footage shot over Hollywood, Florida. The Art and Culture Center of Hollywood is the exterior of the police substation in the now-canceled TV show The Glades. The comedy series Big Time in Hollywood, Florida is set in Hollywood, Florida. Pictured are some of the remaining historic structures of Hollywood. The Hollywood Garden Club building was built in 1950 and is at 2940 Hollywood Boulevard. The building, which is in a total state of abandonment, was listed in the National Register of Historic Places on February 15, 2005, reference number 0500052. The Hollywood Women's Club building was built in 1922 and is at 501 North 14th Avenue. On February 10, 1995, it was listed in the National Register of Historic Places, reference number 95,055. The Hammerstein House was built in 1935 and is at 1520 Polk Street. It now houses the Hollywood Historical Society. On February 15, 2005 it was listed in the National Register of Historic Places, reference number 0500051. The Joseph Wesley Young House was built in 1925 and is at 1055 Hollywood Boulevard. Joseph W. Young was the founder of Hollywood, Florida. The house was placed in the National Register of Historic Places on August 10, 1989, reference number 89,001,076. The Hollywood Printing and Publishing Plant building was built in 1924 and is on 21st Avenue, now used as a restaurant. The building was Hollywood's first city hall. The Flora Apartment building was built in 1923 and is at 1656 Polk Street. The Hollywood Beach Hotel was built in 1923 and is at 101 North Ocean Drive. The Great Southern Hotel was built in 1924 and is in Young Circle between Hollywood Boulevard and Harrison Street. It is one of two remaining hotels built by Joseph Wesley Young, the founder of Hollywood. The Hollywood Playhouse, built in 1960, is at 2640 Washington Street. The historic building now houses a Christian church called Real Church. The lobby of the Hollywood Playhouse. The stage, as viewed from the balcony, of the Hollywood Playhouse. The balcony, as viewed from the stage, of the Hollywood Playhouse, as viewed from the stage, of the Hollywood Playhouse.